What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the most important NYCFC talk show. That is right. It is time for the Dudes in Blue, episode number 172. Thanks so much for joining us for this very special edition of the Dudes in Blue, the first place edition. I'm your host, Joe Amato, and alongside me, as always,
Antonino, what's up, dude?
Dude, besides a little bit of a delay in your audio,
I don't know what it is, but it's like
we can't win.
Just think of it as an old old film from Asia. That's what it looks like, you know.
That's fine. That's totally fine. Totally fine. I don't think it matters because I think we're going to be pretty happy tonight because, well, we did it. Against all odds and against all doubt, from myself included, we did it. Top of the East, NYCFC. We're going to dive into it tonight in this episode with you. We're going to take your calls pretty soon. I'm pretty pumped. Are you pumped? I'm pumped.
I'm ready to go.
I am very, very much pumped. Give us a follow, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We are at Dudes in Blue. That is how to get a hold of us. We're going to open up the phone lines pretty soon, just FYI, because we want to know. We got to hear from the Dudes in Blue Nation, because I know that they're going to be clamoring to talk about their team finishing first in the East. And if you're watching on the Facebook live feed, we appreciate it. Get ready for those comments. Get those comments rolling. Get ready to hit those phone lines. And share this broadcast with your friends. And smashing the like button like you guys are doing right now is always helpful. We'll do a quick roll call, dude, because there's a bunch of comments that came through as we were just doing our housekeeping. Steven Berg checking in. David saying, you're Andres Hernandez, Los Caballeros en Azul. Daniel, champions. Not quite yet, but almost.
Eastern Conference champions.
Technically, yeah. Felix, of course, top of the East. We're top of the East. Christian Smith saying tops, baby. The elbow drop worked, Ant. I guess that's an inside joke. I don't understand. Amanda saying, you're Jamal checking in. Jay saying Champions League. JKE Rhino saying here as well. Thank you all for spending time with us. Get ready for, we're going to open the phone lines pretty soon. Dude, how does it feel? How does that crow taste? Because I'm eating quite a bit of it, as I'm sure a lot of NYCFC fans on the Dome Out train have been dining on over the past, 12, 13 hours or so.
I'd like to say it's delicious.
I love it. I put a little A1 on it. I'm eating that crow all day.
I put Frank's Red Hot on it. I put that on everything.
There you go. Look, Dome, despite a really rocky start for this team, not producing the results, to going to first place in the East, first CONCACAF Champions League, first time NYCFC finishing the top seed in the East, like 0 to hero. I mean, classic.
Yeah, I think you got a good. I think you have a good candidate there for manager of the year. To be honest with you,
him or Bob Bradley.
Listen,
Brad
the numbers speak for themselves. I mean, you have a home record of 11-1-5 and an away record that's not terrible of 6-5-5. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Not terrible.
And again, when you look at those early games in the season, those ties, as painful as they were right now, they end up helping. You look at the points you were able to carry week to week. If those are all losses, it's we might not be having this conversation. We probably aren't having this conversation.
If some of them were wins, though, we could have been having an even different conversation.
And that's where it's like, okay, so it took them a little bit longer to figure it out, and it also took a couple of personnel changes, mainly Hebert, and I would say Keaton Parks had a big impact once he started getting regular minutes. So, listen, it's nice to be up here, but the work is far from over. And
yeah, absolutely.
So I guess we really can't call ourselves Eastern Conference champions.
Not because until you win the conference finals. Not until you go to MLS Cup.
So, but clinching first place,
huge accomplishment
is awesome. Home games are where it's at, and make no mistake, if they're lucky enough to get all the way to the big dance, and LAFC isn't on the other end of that, we're going to be watching a game here in the cold.
Unbelievable. Not that cold though.
I
November
don't even
10th,
give
November
I don't
9th,
give
something
a
like that.
rat's ass. I don't care if it's negative 30 degrees. I will be there. Just bundle, little Michelin Man action going on there. But I will be there because that would be absolutely fantastic.
Really, just incredible. I mean, absolutely unbelievable. And then you got February soccer with CCL. I don't know how the hell that's going to work out, but all right, we'll take it. You know what I mean? It's
I'll
just
do it.
look, it's a tournament on a larger scale where MLS teams tend to not fare so well. We'll just put it that way. So it's another notch in the belt for NYCFC as we continue our road to glory. That's the way I look at it,
Indeed.
But again, phenomenal accomplishment. Part of me really wishes that finishing first kind of came at the hand of our own, not by the doing of Columbus Crew for getting the victory over the Philadelphia Union 2-0. But at the same time, you take it how you take it. I feel like this team oftentimes I should say, when destiny was in our own hands, we kind of tend to not get the job done, and it happened in New England. Or I should say, it didn't happen in New England. But again, the soccer gods smiled upon the boys in blue and brought the victory to them.
Yeah, again, you got to take it with a grain of salt. I mean, you're playing in a place where we really don't have very much luck. We did have a couple of scoring chances early on, and even late on, we had a couple of chances there. But when you're missing
you're minus 5 starters,
yeah, you're missing a good chunk of the team, and it's not like they played overly poorly, but you have issues. And listen, hopefully you learn from them and you move forward. And I think you'll be seeing Anton Tinnerholm. I think Glenn Crooks announced today that he is cleared from concussion protocol, so he'll be fully in training tomorrow, I believe. Mm-hmm. So that's always good. I think we're still waiting to hear on Keaton Parks' injury. But at this point, listen, the best thing that happened. We now have a nice gap between the last game of the season, which is now, I won't say it's a meaningless game, but it's definitely one to watch because you're playing an opponent that's really right there. And I don't know, can you see them again? Yeah, you could probably see them again if things shape out the right way. Mm-hmm. So you kind of want to pay attention and formulate some type of a game plan. But again, the result really doesn't matter at that point. I think
it does. I think the result matters if you have your full squad playing, right? Because this is, you want to play the squad potentially that you're going to be playing in the playoffs, assuming everybody's healthy and everybody's back from suspensions like they're supposed to be. And that's what I want. I want a good, strong showing from the side to end the season on a high note because, again, it's the momentum that's going to carry this team into the playoffs.
That's true. Again, I don't think if you're going to put out your most A squad out there, I don't think the bigger names play for more than 60 minutes.
That's
fine.
Think
if you're going to do that, because you don't want to run the risk of injury at that point, especially when you've been given the gift of having such a big gap between the last game and the first game of the playoff. You really want that time to rest. I think these guys really could use it. I mean, you've seen it. We've all seen it. Some of the past couple games, these guys just look gassed by the 60th minute, and
yeah.
We get 3 subs, so it's you can't flip flop everybody. So
especially a guy like Abair, dude, who was kind of forced to play, full 90 yesterday against New England because
on the turf, I wouldn't have. Again, that's not something that you would ultimately want to do. But again, when you're
Tati's out, when you're forced into that kind of position, it's unfortunate, but that's kind of what happens.
Listen, that's the way it goes.
It's just the way it goes. But again, nevertheless, we got the result that we needed. Columbus got the result that we needed, I should say. We got the result that I don't want to say was to be expected. Definitely disappointing to see that, especially after such a strong game that we played on Wednesday night against Atlanta. You got to think they left a lot out there on the field after that 4-1 win at home at Yankee Stadium for fan appreciation at the last regular season home game.
Can we just make every game fan appreciation game?
I think it's supposed to be.
It should be. I mean, if they're going to play like that, that's probably what we appreciate most.
You know what's funny? In the last episode, dude, last week, we talked about how we really wanted to see a good blowout a good, showing from the team.
It wasn't just last week though. It was the past couple of weeks. So when are you going to see this team bitch slap somebody? And they finally did.
It was Atlanta.
And they did it which is surprising, but it's also very reassuring going in, because if you didn't do it to them and you kind of squeaked by, it's just like you're not really confident going in. Seeing that we have the capability of doing that, I mean, fantastic. I think you play a game like that.
Matriza single-handedly had the ability to do that in like a half an hour.
Single-footedly?
Ooh.
Single-footedly.
Yes.
That was a hell of a lot of fun to watch, man.
Unbelievable. I mean, 33, 34 minutes to score a hat trick. It's just pretty amazing. Amazing. Absolutely incredible. And then Hebert to come on, play 20, 30 minutes, whatever it was, and just be like, I'm just going to make Brad Guzan look like a complete fool in front of the net. And he did. And he freaking delivered, man. I love that guy. Absolutely love me some Hebert.
It's fantastic.
I want to give him an Hebert hug. It's really what I want to do.
We get him a build Hebert?
Oh, a build Hebert. I like it.
I don't think they make one with a head big enough for him.
Seriously. Unbelievable. The guy's got quite the dome. But as long as that dome is scoring goals with his feet.
or his head, it's fine.
I'll take the dome shot. You know what I mean? Listen, dude. We got a lot to unpack here. We got a lot to unpack, and we should probably do it with the listeners, because we are 12 minutes into the show. 646-535-7982. The phone line officially open. Who wants to be first to talk to the dudes in blue and talk about NYCFC taking first place, taking it to Atlanta, and totally crapping the bed in New England? 646-535-7982. I think, again, I'm okay with, obviously, the turn of events because of what the turn of events were. Not a good game yesterday by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, again, like you said, couple of chances, but nothing terribly dangerous. Maybe with the exception of Matriza's corner free kick just outside the box that almost went in. And we're taking a caller here. First caller on the night. Who we got? Who we talking to?
Hey, Christian from Jersey, boys. How we doing?
Always first, buddy.
Always first. I have your number saved on your phone.
There you go. Well, listen, you beat I think like 3 other people that are trying to call in at the same time. So we'll get to them right after you, Christian. How you feeling, dude?
Yeah, no problem. I mean, it's hard to have complaints when you're top of the East and you get that first round bye, you get that home field advantage throughout the playoffs, which I think this week proved important. And Champions League next year. I mean, we don't know how it's going to happen as far as logistics are concerned. I got to focus. As far as logistics are concerned, with the location and everything like that. But we're there. We made it. We finally got that berth. Year 5. Things have never looked better for this team, so I'm feeling good. The 0-2 loss was, wasn't a fun game to watch, but the Columbus did their thing. I watched the game, and I'm good. I'm good right now.
Are you Dome in?
Yeah, I'm Dome in. I was his biggest critic, one of his biggest critics. I actually wrote an article on Hudson River Blue that said it's time for Dome to go after the 0-4 loss to Toronto, when Pizzuello absolutely, as Antonino put it, bitch slapped us.
Yes.
So
single-handedly, single-footedly.
Yeah, single-footedly, correct. And I wrote that article, but you know what? He dug deep. He showed some character. He shook up the system a little bit, put Keaton Parks in, grabbed Hebert for the future, and ever since then, this team is probably the prettiest team playing in MLS right now, and you can't argue with results. Numbers matter, stats matter, results matter. I'm Dome in.
So, I mean, here's the thing. We obviously all know where Dome comes from, right? He comes from the Pep Guardiola School of Management, the Pep Guardiola School of Soccer, and he wants to play beautiful soccer. Everywhere he's gone, that's what he's been able to do because he's had the players to do it. I think with time and Dome's input as far as the players to play the style that he wants to play, I think the only direction this team can go at this point, based on what we've seen and the results that we've gotten this season, is up. I mean, right, dude? Like, you can see the writings on the wall of what Dome wants to do, And yet, we're now starting to see the players kind of come into their own in Hebert and Maxi having an unbelievable season. Hebert having a phenomenal season. Tati having a great season, and Matriza, the newcomer, starting to kind of come into his own too.
Yeah, I think it's when you take a step back and look at it. I mean, listen, Dome knew he was in trouble. He did. He said it. He knew he was in trouble, and he managed to figure it out, which not a lot of managers can do. A lot of managers, they're either fired before they can figure it out, or they're just too stubborn and set in their ways to actually see what's working. I give him credit that he managed to field, put his puzzle pieces together and field the lineup that can do what he wanted. And now moving forward, you've built an identity. You've built this 3 to 5 man back line with you've got your two midfielders that can distribute the ball fairly well, and then you've got this three-headed machine up top that's firing on all cylinders. I mean, it's fantastic. And now ultimately, I think when you talk about Champions League next year, I think you're going to have to make this squad a little deeper. I think you're going to have to address some problem areas, or you're going to have to realize that, listen, one guy's not going to be able to play 4 games in 10 days, or whatever crazy circumstances may happen. So I think where some guys were stretched thin this year, like Tinnerholm and whatnot, I think you're going to have to, hopefully with some guys coming back from injury like Joe Scally, but I think you're going to have to bolster. And it's much easier to bolster the squad when you know what pieces you need versus trying to fit something in that might not necessarily work.
Yeah, square pegs, round holes. Christian, before we let you go, buddy, how serious are you taking the game against Philly on Sunday?
Not serious at all. It's going to be a rotation squad because, listen, as much as I say, go out for all the points, win every single game you can, even for anything, if anything, just for pride. I think you have to watch out for Tinnerholm because he's coming off a concussion, and those things are tricky. They're weird. You never know when they're going to crop up. You never know how long exactly it takes to recover because everybody's different. Some people can recover from a concussion in days. Some people can recover from a concussion in weeks, months. It goes on. So I don't expect to see – maybe he comes on as a sub to see where he's at. So I don't expect to see him much. I expect Hack to be in the starting lineup. I expect maybe even Joe Scally to be in there. I think that's a prove yourself game. Find out where your depth is because that's important too. You have to know where your depth is. There's nothing to play for. So I would not send players out to get hurt. If you are going to send certain players out for match fitness purposes, then maybe you send them out for maybe like 25 minutes, 30 minutes tops. And also it's a road game. And, we're not going to be playing the playoffs on the road, so at least not until the MLS Cup, if we get there. I don't expect the team to really take this Philadelphia game seriously. They don't have to. They don't need to. The job is done for now. I expect a rotation squad.
Gotcha. Christian Smith, Hudson River Blue. Check him out there. Thanks for joining us, dude.
It's always a pleasure, guys. I'll talk to you next week. Now I got to go watch my Steelers beat up on the Bengals.
There you go, man. Good luck. See you later.
Enjoy.
Later.
As we get to the next call here, 646-535-7982 if you want to get on with us. I know I saw Felix calling in. Felix, I know I want you, buddy. We know we got to get you on the show. Let's do it. I want to talk about Tinnerholm a second, and I think he was really, really missed in the game against New England, dude. Eric Miller really didn't get a chance to go across the halfway line. And when we don't get to do that, we don't create as many opportunities. And, dude, look at this. Look, asking you shall receive, asking you shall receive, asking you shall receive. Who we got?
Top of the East, way top of the East, way top of the East. And, you got to throw up year in there. What's going on, fellas?
Yo!
What's up, Felix?
Oh, man. It was... it's been an excellent week, gentlemen. I mean, we solidified number 1 spot, go up there to New England. It was a pretty fun trip. Matter of fact, shout out to Thurl, Connecticut, man. I know a couple guys are in there right now. They did an excellent job with the tailgate. Lalo chefed it up as usual. It was a great weekend, man. That we can finally say we are top of the East right now.
I want to know what Lalo's been feeding Matriza.
Man, I know Lalo. What's good? What's going on, bro? Fill us in.
All right, so Felix.
What's up?
I mean, tell us how you really feel. Are you Like,
I mean, I think I do it every week, bro.
Very, very true. I mean, look, were you cool with the top seed coming at the hands of Columbus and not necessarily because of our own doing?
Well, I was kind of looking forward to the 3 points yesterday during the match. I mean, honestly, I feel like I've always said, man, we got to take care of our own business, correct? Us taking care of our own business was coming away with 3 points yesterday. The fact of the matter is I wasn't really waiting for a result in that Columbus-Philly match. I mean, I wanted us to take care of it ourselves. But, I mean, hey, listen, however way we get it is however way we get it. Like I said, it's not going to look the prettiest, but as long as we can get it done, we got it done. So I felt like we played enough of our part the last couple of weeks, just to get us into this position. But at the end of the day, sometimes, you do need some help from your friends. You know what I mean?
Felix, I got an interesting question for you. It just kind of popped into my head here.
What's up? What's good? Uh-oh.
You got one player that you can protect for the entire playoffs. That's going to start every single game for you. He's invincible. Never going to get hurt. Never going to come off. Going to give you 90 minutes every single game. Only one. Who is it?
Maxey.
Ooh.
Has to be Maxey. He's the guy he's our engine guy right now. We need them each and every match. This is the guy who makes our offense happen. Everything goes through him. He is our true number 10. I mean, we have to have him on the field every match. That's absolutely no question.
Well, you heard it there. Felix from the Bronx saying Maxey. And look, all the comments coming in for Maxey. I wanted it to be my phone call question, and I didn't ask it to Christian because I didn't think of it in time. So now you're all spoiling it for me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it in the comments there. And a shout out all the way from South Africa. We got Warren tuning in from South Africa. What is going on?
Shout out to you, Warren.
South Africa is blue. Love it,
man.
And very far away. Yes,
indeed. Felix, are you before we let you jump, buddy, how serious are you taking the game on Sunday?
Well, I mean, I'm traveling down there. Shout out to the traveling supporters. We're going down there. We're going down to the party. That's it. It's going to be a party for 90 minutes, regardless of the result. This is what I kind of wanted, just not to have to worry about anything on Sunday. The only thing that I'm not going to be worried about is how much fun I'm going to have. Because it's always fun on away days, guys. Away days are the best days. You know what I mean?
Love it. There you go. Well, Felix from the Bronx, we appreciate you calling in, dude. We're going to talk to you Monday night again, I'm sure.
You can count on it. Also, just I wanted to say a little something before I left, man. I mean, yesterday I got a chance to see my father. Got to see my brother and my niece at the match. They're New England fans, and I got to hang out with them too. So it was a lot more special than just going up there and watching my guys lose, unfortunately. When you got family, love your family. Always take care of them. Always cherish them. You know what I mean, guys?
That's it.
Dude, he's got the profound messages. He's got the Felix has it all.
He's deep, man. It's fantastic.
He's the complete NYCFC fan package right here.
That's it. I just try to do my thing, gentlemen. You know what it is.
Absolutely. Felix, buddy, it's always good talking to you. I'm sure we'll talk to you next week.
Definitely,
have fun
guys.
in Philly and bring home 3 points. Bring home 3 points, would you?
New York is blue and white, baby. New York is blue and white. Top of the East. That's all we got to say.
There you go.
That's it.
There you go.
All right, gentlemen.
All right, Felix in the Bronx. Always fun, dude.
Always. I feel like everybody's got their own segment on the show. It's
seriously, I know. It's like without even trying.
No, you have to count. Now it's like we're counting on them to be like, all right, you usually call now. We kind of need you.
I know, exactly. And speaking of which, we got somebody else on the line. Who are we talking to?
Yes. Hey, it's Amanda.
Amanda, what's up? Speaking of the next segment, what's going on?
Oh, my gosh. I am still coming down off of my high from being in the city for the Atlanta game on Wednesday.
Oh, how crazy was that?
It couldn't have gone better. I had a seat in the Champions Suite. I got to see Mitri's hat trick right in front of me, all 3 goals. Just, oof. It was so much fun. I enjoyed every moment.
You also saw Maxey miss a penalty?
Yeah, right in front of me. I was recording and quickly deleted that video.
It didn't happen.
I have no recollection of this happening.
Nope, I don't remember it.
Unbelievable. So Amanda, is your curse finally broken? What's the deal?
I really hope so. I feel like I really need to make the next few playoff games because if the curse is going in my favor, I need to be there. That way we go all the way.
seriously, you really can't miss a game now.
I'm not planning on it. I'm trying to look at my schedule and be like, okay, how can I get out there on the 23rd or the 24th, and then come back and work a few days, and then get back out if we go to the finals, and then if we're in LA for the final, I'm ready to drop $1,000 on a plane ticket for that. Like, I'm going to make it happen.
Wow. Dude, she's hardcore. That's amazing.
Dedication.
Amanda,
after being in the city, yeah.
Because we have to keep the show rolling, as excited as we are, I got to know who your dude of the week is, because I forgot it like 2 weeks ago, so we can't, might as well start with you. Who you got? Who's your dude of the week?
Oh, my God. Oh, it has to be Matrica with the fastest hat trick in NYCFC history.
Also the third hat trick in NYCFC history.
Mm-hmm.
So you're giving it to Mitri?
I would be okay with Mitri. I don't really have anyone else that stands out at the top of my head that would be dude of the week.
Dude, do you agree?
Yeah, I don't think anyone else is really dude worthy to have the dudeness bestowed upon them. I think just Mitri, just for Wednesday alone, was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, in that fashion, and he had a couple of good scoring chances, over the weekend here. So I'm good with that. I think one person that you not dude of the week, but I think Ibiaga playing right back that game was absolutely a scary thing to see when you start off, but held his own and actually played pretty well. So like an honorable mention thrown in that direction. But I mean, it's hard to not give it to someone who can put 3 in the back of the net. With effortlessly, it looked like for the most part. So.
Yeah, but we could argue that the dude of the week is someone that goes beyond their expectations. And so for the price that we paid for Mitri, we kind of expect that type of stuff, but we weren't expecting Ibiaga's performance, so maybe he gets it.
Yeah,
I get that. I could understand that shout. I really can. And I actually commented. I actually did a little halftime live and a little halftime live thing during the Atlanta game, and I commented. One of my biggest comments was seeing Ibiaga play right back and holding off. I think it was Tito Villalba. I think he was pretty much had him in his pocket the whole game. He wasn't able to get past him, which was phenomenal. I couldn't believe that. It's not easy. That's not an easy position to play in. When you're even as a center back, like there's defensive duties, but you also have a lot of offensive duties as well, and he held it on. But my man Matrica scored 3 goals in a half an hour.
He did, and it was amazing.
So I respect Ibiaga for what he's been able to do, but I commend Matrica for being able to score 3 goals. It is the dude of the week is somebody who goes above and beyond what they normally do. And yes, we've come to expect this kind of thing from Alexandru Matrica, and I think we expected it from day one because of the price tag that came with him, but we just weren't getting it. So when he actually outdoes himself, it's a good thing.
Yes, it definitely was.
Do you agree, dude?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think anyone ever expects someone to net 3 goals in a half hour every single game. That's beyond silly. But you do expect this guy to score on a more regular, consistent basis, which we really weren't getting for the most part.
Not at all.
But now, I mean, so that's where these instances kind of, listen, anybody who can put 3 goals in net during any stretch of the game is pretty much going above and beyond it, in my opinion. I don't think you can ever ask someone to do that no matter how good they are. So for me, that kind of gets it. And you know what? It was great. It kind of sealed the game up fairly early, and it was I think it was more enjoyable to watch, not having to be, biting your nails or on the edge of your seat for the rest of the game. I think the most exciting part was, hoping for a couple more and seeing play develop. And when you slice through people like that in a half hour, you're thinking that can go on for the full 90 minutes, and you're going to see, 6 or 7 put in the back of the net. So it was exciting in terms of that aspect. But I think for me, Mitri is that's pretty much an easy one.
It's locked up. It's totally locked up. Hey, Amanda, were you at the New England game?
Nope, I didn't make it to that one.
Well, you better not miss another game this season, Amanda.
For once I can say that it wasn't my fault. Like, hooray.
There you go. Well, are you going to Philly?
Doubtful. We'll see if they lose that one. I mean, it's low on my priorities now since we've locked up the first spot, but I still want them to. I still want them to kind of focus and make sure that they get the job done. I'm kind of glad we had this ugly loss in New England. I want them to get that out of their system before we go into the one-and-done playoff system now. So let's shake it off and just regroup, and we'll be ready.
Absolutely. Amanda, we really appreciate you calling.
Oh, yeah. Sorry I didn't see you at the stadium. I saw Antonino.
Oh, it's okay. No, I wasn't able to be there, but nevertheless, I'm glad you were there, and I'm glad you brought the 3 points. Much appreciated.
Thanks. Glad to hear it. We'll see you in the playoffs.
There you go. There you go. Amanda, thanks so much for calling in.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye. Isn't this fun? Like, it's just fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, it's fun. It's nice to meet her. We've met her before. I think we met her last year.
Literally in passing.
Yeah, and just pulled us aside. Hey. But always got to give her props for always rocking the shoes.
The dudes in blue kicks.
Dudes in blue shoes. She just, and it's wonderful to see. Great to talk with people. And I gotta say, I really gotta say, I love how things we say on this show they just multiply.
They become a thing?
I don't know. I don't speak to anybody who does not refer to Gary Tree Names as anything but Gary Tree Names. Like Gary Tree Names, that's his name. We gave him.
I don't
that
even
name.
know his real name. Like,
fantastic! It's fantastic. So
we should get a jersey made up called just 3 names on the back with his number 17 on it.
That would be fantastic.
I think it's a great idea.
Oh, Gary 3 Names.
Maybe we should get a couple and give them away.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic. Actually, very kind of funny. So I did get to set off the smokestacks with a couple players from Sky Blue FC and some actors from the show called Godfather of Harlem on Epic. So that was pretty cool. But one of the, I don't remember who it was, but one of the Sky Blue players gave me a new nickname, and it's Anthony Smokestacks.
Smokestacks.
She's like, "What are you doing? Are you gonna set up the smokestacks?" I'm going, "Yeah, I'm doing the smokestacks." And Anthony Smokestacks. I'm like, "All right, Tony Smokestacks. What are you gonna do?"
Tony Smokestacks.
He's got an in with the with the steam company. He's got the got the contracts in the pipes.
It sounds like a mob boss.
Hey, listen, it's
don't mess with Tony Smokestacks. Why do they call him Tony Smokestacks?
That's where they find you when he's done with you.
Oh my God! We got time for one more. We got time for one more call. 646-535-7982. If you want to get on with us and just share your excitement, share your love for NYCFC. It's just such an exciting time to be a fan. I mean, dude, this has been an absolutely incredible run. Did not think that this was going to happen. I mean, really, just absolutely amazing. What's equally amazing is that the Western Conference is still up for grabs. It's pretty freaking insane. It's
ridiculous, isn't it? Isn't it crazy?
It's gonna come down to Sunday for the West. It's just pretty amazing how that just a lot of times that'll happen where you get a long stretch where there's very very few points separating teams, but not this long. There's usually first through third, first through fourth, usually pretty much locked down. But I'm telling you, man, pretty.
This is 2 through 9 have a chance of.
It's nuts.
Jumping.
It's ridiculous. Mathematically, it's totally possible.
Yeah. You've got Colorado in the 9 spot that could sneak its way in. You've got San Jose.
9 points. 9 points separate second from
unbelievable.
8th.
Unbelievable.
So that 7th spot.
This
that 7th spot could be it's just amazing. It's not over yet.
Decision day is going to be fantastic.
There's 2 teams. There's two teams that could sneak right in there. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Well, listen, 1 through 5 already have clinched their spots. So it's pretty much 4 teams kind of jockeying to get in, and then it becomes pretty much just a seeding thing at that point, and trying to figure out who's going to play where and who's going to get some home cooking.
Pretty crazy. Actually, Jay,
so ridiculous to see, to read. I'm reading it right here, and it's just like it's fantastic. That's a lot of fun.
So Jay on Facebook said Champions League back tomorrow. He said Forza Atalanta. Jay, I did not expect you to be an Atalanta fan.
Which could be said about anyone.
Literally anybody that is listening and or watching. It's really amazing. They did play some really exciting soccer last year. If you follow the Italian league, they played some of the most exciting soccer. Is that the first time they're actually been in the Champions League, dude? I
believe so. If not, it's the first time in a very long time. But they've got some pretty good talent. They've got Zapata up top, and they've got Gomez in midfield.
Fire.
Very good good players there. That's
awesome.
It's always fun, man. I tell you, this time of the year is it's from now until next summer. It's gonna be great.
The beauty of this is that MLS Cup is even earlier this year. It's November 10th, right?
Yes, right. Yep.
And yet there's still so much soccer that goes on after that. Like for me, it just
never ends.
It's amazing. It literally never ends. When the European break is going on, MLS is still kicking, and there's usually some kind of international tournament. And this coming summer, we got the Euros coming back, which that's going to take a lot of attention. It's just amazing. Just doesn't stop. Like if you're a soccer fan, an all-around soccer fan, you live in literally the best time ever. It's the best time ever to be alive as a soccer fan.
Yeah, no, 110%. I mean, do you have people that just American football fans, and you have to wait, from February until September for things to kick off. You've got baseball, you've got every March, you got to start, spring training. Soccer, it's like the great thing is you can follow multiple leagues, and if you do that, you could literally watch something every single week, multiple times a week, and you'll never have to worry about it being away. It's amazing. Never away, It's so awesome. Such a great sport. Really, it really is, and it's always available, always ready to be consumed. It's fantastic.
Well, I'm about ready to consume these MLS Cup playoffs, dude. I'm about ready to consume them up.
I'm ready to go. Listen, regardless of wherever the hell we may end up playing.
Game on.
It's going to be a fun couple of weeks. I think it's going to be very agonizing from the 6th until the 23rd or 24th. That's going to be like I'm not going to want to wait that long. Like, as good as it is for us, I'm going to be like, all right, let's go. Let's get it going here. Let's keep the momentum going. We don't want too much rest, but I think with these guys, we need it. And hopefully it pays off for us in the long run. And
Jamal on Facebook is saying, dudes, can we make predictions of who will leave NYCFC by the end of this season? I think that's probably a good topic of conversation to do during our bye week, which we now have because NYCFC is the top seed in the MLS Eastern Conference, which I never get tired of saying.
We can
that's
research
probably a conversation we could have during that show.
Yeah, you got to look at the contracts, and you got to kind of see who you'd like to retain, and then you also have to remember there's a big thing going on next season where you've got expansion teams coming in, and you have players to protect and who to not protect, and that's definitely going to be a interesting conversation because everyone's kind of pulled their own weight pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's going to be hard to pick and choose who, but listen, we're going to have a couple weeks there where we're not going to have to. We're just going to be calls, man. Just going to let everybody just call in and just what do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about?
Doesn't even have to be NYCFC related at this point. There's anything you want. Anything
it's actually. I find those conversations to be just as entertaining, to be honest with you.
Just as fun. But let's hope that we have plenty of NYCFC to talk about up until November 10th. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm just hoping that we got plenty of NYCFC content to talk about. We really appreciate you guys spending time with us for episode 172. If you can, smash the like button for NYCFC. Smash the blue like button because is it the blue like? Yeah, smash the blue like button because the Eastern Conference is blue. Smash it. Just smash the hell out of it right now if you're watching on Facebook. Keep those likes coming. We really appreciate it. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We're at Dudes in Blue. That's the place to get a hold of us. Yeah, dude, this has been a lot of fun. We'll be back. We'll wrap up the season next Monday night because we'll know where everybody stands. The playoffs will be set. The games will be set. We'll be able to take a look at who's playing who and
It's going to be so much fun, especially dissecting the Western Conference and seeing, what stories, what drama unfolds in that aspect. But before we go, today is actually International Podcast Day.
Stop it! Shut the front door.
It is our day. It is a day to celebrate all the podcasts of the world, which we are one. And it's really. Thanks to everybody that's tuning in right now, because without them, we would be just hanging out at this point.
Talking to each other.
Just talking to each other, which happens all the time anyway. So
which is
that's
amazing
fine.
to me.
It's
amazing
awesome
to me that people listen to us just talking to each other.
Yeah, it's
like,
fantastic.
what are you people doing? What are you doing?
But no, seriously, thanks everybody. And if you have the time, do us a favor and leave us a review in some capacity somewhere, wherever you listen to us. It just helps more people find us and listen to us. I know for a fact that a couple of people actually just started recently listening to us. Some young folk as well, which is nice. A couple of kids.
Young folk?
I had one kid yell my name from the stands as I was walking back to my seat Wednesday, and I'm like, this kid couldn't be more than it looked like he was 10 or 12 years old, which is kind of crazy.
Maxie?
No, yeah, maybe. Okay, that makes sense. That makes more sense. But no, it's awesome. But if you can, leave us the review because it helps people find us, and I like being flattered.
There you go. Leave us a review on Facebook or Apple Podcasts. One or the other.
I thought you were going to say apple pie for some reason.
Why the hell would somebody leave us a review on apple pie? You could leave me an apple pie.
I would have loved an apple pie. Apple pie is fantastic.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
unbelievable.
Great.
Well, you guys are awesome. Happy International Podcast Day. You guys are fantastic. Thanks for all the calls. It's great. We're going to be back here Monday night, 8 p.m. on Facebook Live for the live show, and then Tuesday with the pod as always. Monday night, and then Tuesday. Let's finish the season strong. Let's take 3 points from Philadelphia and really put our flag in the top of the Eastern Conference. Dude, until next week. Stay blue.
Blue.